Okay, today I want to talk about vendor booths and when is it a good idea to go ahead and book vendor booths? What are some tips for doing it? I found for me, like I had a lot of people in my warm market that I had not talked to, that I had not said, hey, I'm your essential oils hookup. If you ever need essential oils, I'm your girl, right? So I don't think that it's necessarily wise to go spend money to hopefully make new connections when you already have connections in your Facebook list, in your phone. So that's just a little bit of a tip. But now maybe you have let all those people know and they do know you're the hookup, and it's just kind of a timing thing because you have a small goal for a large group of people over an extended period of time and you're just kind of waiting on timing for those people. That's totally fine. I think that's a good time to start looking around. Go on Facebook in your city and find, what vendor booths do they have going on. Maybe there's some events like a marathon or like a CrossFit competition or an expo that you're looking to maybe get a booth at. It's a great idea. So my first advice is kind of have some research already done in your mind on what are the issues that I'm specifically going to be targeting. For example, if you're at a marathon, you know there's going to be some squeaky knees walking by your booth, right? So you're going to be ready with some squeaky knee, ammo, if you will. If you're at a wedding vendor booth and there's a lot of people about to get married, you're going to know like, hey, I'm going to have something ready for like some stress, related to a wedding. If you are at a CrossFit competition, you know there's going to be some ripped hands after those pull-ups, so you're going to be ready with those things kind of already prepared in your mind. And you might even ask the person who's hosting the event, hey, can I slip a little piece of paper in the bags of everyone who walks in and have something prepared for them like, hey, have a squeaky knee, drop by my booth, I'm going to help you out. So you kind of lay that nugget of, hey, think about this already from the get-go. Now, remember that you are a walking vendor booth. Anywhere you go, anytime you are in the grocery store, you're a walking vendor booth. You have the opportunity to meet people. And so showing up with magnetic energy is really important at a vendor booth setting, but also just in life, like wherever you go, you are the face of Young Living anywhere you are. Have oils on you. Be ready to talk about oils anywhere you go. And so show up with magnetic energy to your vendor booth where you're ready. Everyone's going to want to talk to you. Everyone's pumped to hear what you have to say. You're going to connect with other vendors that are there. You're going to connect with everyone that walks by. And remember that the game isn't necessarily to persuade anyone of anything, but just to have such good magnetic energy that when you show up, you are sorting, and some people are going to walk by, that's fine. Some people are ready to talk to you. Your goal is just to find those people. So I used to kind of go into a vendor booth setting ready to like sell people on oils and sell kits, and then I realized, the goal for me is really just to connect and create a creative way to stay in contact. So instead of gathering names and phone numbers, which I most likely would have never used after that point, because what would I do with it, I actually had an incentive to add me on Facebook. So I printed up a little piece of paper that said, hey, add me on Facebook for a free gift. And so when people walk by, it gave me an easy conversation starter. Hey, do you want to add me on Facebook and get a free gift? And I'm a friendly person and I'm magnetic, so most people would say, sure. Now, some people said no, and that's totally fine. The thing that this did was then they say, well, what is the free gift? And I say, well, what are you going through in life? And it gave me the opportunity to kind of get in conversation about what they care about right now in their life. Now, if they add me on Facebook, then at that point I would screenshot their face, and then I'd write, like mark up on my phone, and I'd write what they were going through. And so I'd send them a message on Facebook following up and say, hey, I'm going to send you your gift. What is your address? Most people who actually didn't value what I would give wouldn't give their address, which is great because then I'm not wasting my valuable resources in sending them anything. However, some people would, and some people would stay in contact. And from those people, many, after several months, they've been seeing me on Facebook. I'm keeping them engaged with positive life stuff on Facebook with oil stuff sprinkled in, and they know I'm their oil hookup, and they fall in love with me, so to speak. And so that's been kind of my method. So a lot of people do it different ways. Some people go to vendor booths and they sell oils right there, and they sell maybe some retail oils, or they sell kits and they have flip kits. That's never been my method, and that's, there are people you can learn from that do that. That's awesome. My method is more, let's gain some connections. Let's gain some friends, find a creative way to stay in touch, and then continue the relationship from there with the goal of long-term vision for a, small goal for a large group of people over an extended period of time. Too, that I've noticed is a lot of people want to spend all this money and have the most elaborate table. And here's my perspective. Don't spend a ton of money getting the perfect tablecloth, getting the perfect setup. Just go and let yourself be the reason they come to your table. Be so magnetic and so excited and so professional and so on your game that you are the reason. That way you set a duplicatable tone for your team to know that, hey, I don't have to go spend $150 to get this huge get up. I'm just going to show up and present as who I am. And so I just grabbed I just use my curtains from my house. I put it on the table. I have like a seed to seal sign that I made with a wood burner a few years ago, and I put that up, and then a premium starter kit, and that's it. It's really simple. I've even done them before where I didn't even bring a sign and I didn't even bring a tablecloth. I just used the oils, and what that says to me is, hey, these oils are enough. Like, I don't have to impress you. These are impressive enough, So that's kind of my method, if you will.